Shall we look at Ancient One data to start the day? The Ancient One. Gorgon for opposing Ancient Ones. That's rude. Well, there's a feature location at 2 o'clock. Gross. Oh, Ancient One works with Devil Dino. That's adorable. Man, 31% win rate for Cerebro 5? That's better than I expected. Better than anticipated. All right. Nothing remotely interesting there. I think we're gonna try some zoo stuff to start here is the plan. I think red pepper hummus might be the most overrated hummus in history. I like the ones with extra lemon, and I like jalapeno. Honestly, even a little extra garlic. They're all very reasonable. I like Shauna and DeMartyr here. Keep the surge train going.
Live from the Daily Bugle.
Oh, poor Marvel Boy. What do I think of playing Marvel Boy center and then just punting it? I think I'm into it. I think I'm into it. And just play hard for left and right. You think they're Killmonger? No, I don't think they're a Killmonger deck. What if I do this, and then we could even surprise Gilgamesh play for center on the last turn? I think that seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, I think I'm into it. We're getting... What, another 4 over here. I didn't count. Is Gilgamesh winning the center? I think he is. Barely. Marvel Boy could get us. No, we're winning left and right, so it's fine. Cool. Like a little casserole to start the set. Tau, nowhere to be seen, but Surge Zoo looking A-okay there. I have alliance missions? I do. Lovely. Umbral Rift in 12 minutes. Yeah, I have Dark Legion up on the side to send some ships. It'll be A-okay. First game was a mirror wake up sheeple. That's true, you know. We surge in. We surge in. It was not a particularly exciting card to surge onto, huh? What are the odds they try and clog here? High? I think the answer is high. I'm gonna fill with Marvel Boy, I think. If I top deck Shauna, we could fill the board still, yeah? Or close to it. I could fill here. I only have 2 in here, though. Probably cooked. I guess there's a chance they like debris me or something here, though. Would be not terrible. I think I have to leave because of magic. Magic and Cannonball. Probably not a combination of cards we can beat here. Is Gilgamesh the worst card in the deck to hit with Surge? Absolutely. I'm curious to see if it feels like we ever have a window to play this card. Or if it's just clunky and unnecessary. Huh? I think it's this. I think it's this. Yeah, playing the Ancient One this turn is not great with, not great with Scar. Sakar. I'm worried about them being a Shang-Chi deck, but I'm also, this is kind of overcommitting. Oh, should we play to the right to clear Agony? Yeah, probably. Okay, and that's actually perfect, right? Because I get to go Gilgamesh this turn, and then next turn I get to go Tau, copy the blue Marvel onto these, and then Marvel Boy Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl fills after Tau is gone. I would snap here, but I don't want them to leave while my play is sweet. I hate everything about everything. Life sucks and then you die. Probably dead. The one time Bluestone actually isn't useless, yeah. Really needed the top deck Khazar here after they had that. Need to write myself a note to go ahead and disable the emotes. They're such a terrible experience. We are playing Martyr instead of Ant-Man because Ant-Man is an additional ongoing, which makes it harder for the Ancient One's ability to target what you want. You want one ongoing in the path you're playing Tau into. Wicked with Green Goblin is weird. 1, 2, 3, 6. I guess. When you've been building and brewing with ancient ones, how many targets you've been aiming for in your decks? Usually 2 to 3. It's enough that you'll consistently have a hit, but not so many that you're going to be flipping coins over what you're hitting into a lane. That's so strange that they can't embald that proactively. This is 8, 10 over here, so not enough. They playing Shang as well. Shang loses left to Khazar though, yeah. When did they get rid of Galactus's animation?
Power must be controlled.
Never before has there been a more deserving gamer to lose to an Ebony Maw of Ashana. Take your Kang and go fuck yourself with it. Don't waste everybody's time. Are the gamers all right? They really aren't. The Tau skill overwrites the text of the other cards in the lane. Absolutely cooked. Mercilessly cooked. All right. We take those. Play Mockingbird out now. You've gotta be forking shirting me. It's cheater bot levels of luck, it is. I think I have to go here. I just can't play around there, Killmonger. I could tuck Shauna under the super giant, but I don't think that ends up in our favor. Hello, Ozzy. He beeps, city boops, city bops, city wops. Oh, it's so annoying. Shut up! Martyr's about to jump middle and murder me. I lose the breaker when she jumps middle, yeah. That's so unfortunate. Big stab. Call me Mr. Stark. Thank you for the 32 months. Welcome back. Definitely get Surge down. Hoping to dodge the Mockingbird hit. Just about anything else here is great. Blue Marvel's only okay, but yeah, it's not Mockingbird. It's pretty reasonable as a find here, I think. We're never beating a good Mr. Negative draw with our deck. Squirrels ain't all bad. Let's Marvel Boy be good here. Because that makes Mockingbird a better rip too. Alright, confirmed Mr. Negative, but not necessarily one of their good draws. This could be a game where Tau ends up being useful. Do I chill on Dazzler for the time being? Probably. We Dazzler here. Now that I can't tell, I was waiting to put a second on going into here in case my opponent, or in case we drew Tau and wanted to be able to copy Blue Marvel. Now that that's not an out, we'll go ahead and play Dazzler there to flip a coin. Coin flipped successfully. I assume they're just leaving here. Maybe they greed an Iron Man on the right, but it's a pretty bad stay. Yeah, they can't Mystique or Gore. Mystique or Taskmaster Gore, so Iron Man's the biggest thing they can do here. Sean has more points than Grapple, sure. That is correct. Ancient One is helping you win by staying in the deck. You're not wrong, but you're a little out of line. Sorry, Shona. I'm gonna go for it here. Yeah, unironically, if you're not having fun in the 90s, chat, you should pop back to a just like let 90 be your top. There's nothing wrong with that. There are not meaningfully more prizes for getting to infinite. It's literally just a cosmetic you're probably never gonna use or look at. The Strange Academy means I can't even really set anything up useful here, huh? Counterpoint, I start 10 level lower next season. I don't think that's true, right? You start 73 versus 75, right? That's 2 levels lower. They changed that. 2 seasons ago? 1 season ago? A little bit ago. That got changed. Infinite starts at 75, 90 starts at 73. You're climbing seven extra levels to save 14 cubes, and those 14 cubes are easier in the 70s than the 90s are. So no, from an efficiency standpoint, you're not getting any efficiency. So far, we have had time to use the ancient one a grand total of 0. Maybe this game with Hala is gonna change that for us. Do I want him here? I probably want him here, yeah. Doesn't get penalized by Man-Thing. Or hoping to draw... I was gonna say Shauna, but I already have my Shauna. Hoping to draw Squirrel Girl next turn. Does the templating feel weird to anybody else that Ajax and Diamondback apply to cards that have a negative anywhere in their text box, but for Gilgamesh, you explicitly have to have a green number in order for him to get the bonus? That's weird, right? That distinction between those two things? I think it's this. I think it's this. Man, when you have Ajax and Hazmat and Diamondback and your Luke Cage, and you get absolutely casseroled by the Zoo deck. That was on the back of Tau, gamers. That was 100% the only reason that happened was because we had Tau. We needed magic in order for Tau to be feasible there. But the fact that we had magic, Limbo, meant that we were able to kind of go over the top of them. Alright, we're gonna give this one a few more... What the hell is going on? Why is there an Omega Red? We're gonna take a quick pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching this on YouTube, consider tapping the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the content reach some more people. Appreciate the folks that have done that already today. Post that the poll to remember that. Omega Red, please play me. Jeff! Jeff, they gave me an extra point, Jeff! Please, Jeff! Jeff, I'm ongoing, Jeff! Copy my ability to other cards! I can go in Cerebro 6, Steph. Yes. Metagame Powerhouse Cerebro 6. My Paw Patrol fruit and yogurt smoothie, chat. It's very delicious. The old toddler special. She really, really liked these and would eat the whole box. And now they're expiring at the end of the week, so I have half a box to eat. Shuri into Omega Red into Tau is almost good. Maybe. Maybe. What's going on, Vic Story? Appreciate the 5 months. Welcome back. Jeff, I took your advice and stopped eating a second dinner. And I'm no longer drinking calories, and I've dropped off 10 pounds in 2 months with no other changes. Nice. Congrats. It's incredible the progress you can see just making small nominal changes. This is the snap of a gamer that's about to killmonger me, isn't it? Interesting. Not drinking calories is the biggest cheat code for losing weight. It absolutely is. Green Essential is probably good for them here, yeah? I think we're cooked. The average War Machine hand things are probably not good for us.
Can you understand me?
Wait, are we actually fine? The Professor Cheese on the right was an interesting game plan. Yep. Infinite, eh? What a small little baby. Yeah, they can't cannonball me on the left. Little bitty baby Infinite. Never doubted us for a second, gamers. Martyr's a pretty good one for them if they could fill their other paths in, but it's not a guarantee. We probably end up leaving here. Just because the opponent's a Killmonger deck. But what if they don't draw it? So you're saying there's a chance. They're just like, also a Shang-Chi deck. And then, because I played around Shang-Chi now, I think we're cooked, yeah? Or sorry, because I played around Killmonger, and they took Arshana. I guess Martyr jumps out of the right, potentially. I don't think they can fill all the other spots. If Martyr jumps out of the right, they go down to... I guess they can also play a card there, though, as well. I'm getting 4 off of Dazzler up to... Getting 4 off of Dazzler up to 10. Where is the Silver win the game? It's pretty cope. This gives us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 over here, beating the Martyr. I'm just better off leaving. Mercury only stops opposing cards from moving, so she does not stop Martyr from jumping out. If that could lose them the game. I would love Decade on 1. It's kind of funny. One of the biggest telltale signs you should check if your opponent's a bot is they don't have an infinite border, which obviously that applies to some humans too, but like most humans playing have infinite borders. Bot with Frigga. Okay. Look at all these bots and shit. Toxin, Anya. Toxin, Anya, Frigga. Oh, it's bounce move. Yeah, probably. That's likely correct. Am I supposed to play the basic arrow out? I think I am. am sad. We did get another tick towards our win with the snap though, so we got that going for us. We've got that going for us. Squirrels. Two bibbity boops in a row. I do not want two Dazzlers. I guess, are some of the Thanos bots Killmonger? I forget. What type of Thanos are the Thanos bots usually? Fuck, they're a Killmonger bot. For fuck's sake. Oh, we're so cooked. Alright, Blue Arvel goes left, and then we'll go Tau into Squirrel Girl. It's gonna be great. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna lose the freaking game to this Killmonger. Oh, it's gonna be so terrible. Did I just reflexively mute the bot? I did! Thank you for asking. Fuck you. Oh my goodness! No! Oh man, hurt people, chat. Hurt people. Hurt people, hurt people. Oh, rigged systems are awful. Cheater play against cheater bots is the absolute worst. I have no idea why they decided to put cheater bots back in this game. The cheater bots make their plays after they see what your plays are. So they kill you deterministically. Yes, cheater bots also know random outcomes. Is accurate. Yeah, they'll see where Hello will revive cards. They know where White Tiger is gonna go. Oh, I should have played the rock out. Made Mockingbird cheaper. And then unironically, I think we're actually dead here. What's the data? Why do cheater bots exist? To take cubes out of the system and keep players from hitting their goals. Keeps it running on the treadmill longer. They took them out of the game for a little while. It was real weird that they decided to put them back in. It's one of their more puzzling decisions they've made in recent memory.
Breaking news.
Tau is likely a very bad card that will likely get buffed. It is an incredible amount of energy for a payoff that is only okay and gets brutalized by a lot of different tech cards. So buy. There's no reason to buy cards you don't want to play with in the new system. There's no, this card is going into the Disney Vault and not coming back out. So unless you want to play with a kind of weak card right now, you should wait until you actually want to play with it. I'll play Dazzler out here too, so I can have 2 shots at getting what's it called? Acid Arrow. Is Zoo the only good shell for Tau? Who said Zoo is a good shell for Tau? Yeah, we played her with Victoria Hand a little bit yesterday. There's a highlight on the YouTube channel. Do you think the Ancient one improves this deck? Probably not. We've pretty consistently... Pretty consistently have not wanted to bother playing her. How long is this game going to be alive for? Wow, I absolutely despise the implication of your question. Fuck you for implying that Marvel Snap is currently alive. Game's clearly dead and has been for some time. Listen, video gamers, I've literally never made content for a game that wasn't in the process of being dead or being dead or dying. Okay? Every day we die a little more. Olympier. Double Larval sweet, says local man about to be Shang-Chi'd. I On a less sarcastic note, I would be absolutely shocked if Marvel Snap was not still releasing cards 5 years from now. Probably even 10 years from now. Oh, they're playing Iron Man in their Darkhawk deck? Yeah, I guess that's relatively common. 10 seems like a long time for any game. I mean, Hearthstone's more than that, yeah? Alright, I'm gonna throw this deck away. Ancient one does not make it better. And Zoo's only okay. There's a bunch of live service games that have been kicking for a decade. Have an advert. We're gonna do something else when we return. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Do I want to lose cubes with the ancient one some more? Yeah, I've got one more set of cube losing in me. Let's do some of this. Every day we die a little more. Have you played with Merlin? Have you played with Merlin in Frigga, Victoria, Kahori stuff? Yeah, I think so. Sounds like something we've done. Well, no, Snap is dead when Jeff has no collector's tokens left. I think I could stop spending money altogether and still not spend through my tokens, chat. I've literally been putting a black cosmic border on every card we play with, and I'm still at 754,000, okay? So my collector token count is really not a good measure for how alive or dead Snap is. Not a relevant measure. You've already spent 25% of your 1 million token stash. That's true. That's true. If this trend continues. I do still have the gold pass. In fact, I bought a couple of bundles on the web shop last night. Debating on if I'm spending hard enough to anti-venom this month or not. We'll see. Could go either way. I kind of like the Wicked bundle. It's got 5,000 gold in it. I keep hearing people talk about a data mined hood bundle. Does it have collector's tokens in it or golden credits, according to the data mines? Anybody know? There's gold in it. Oh man. They're gonna take all my money. I was like $25 for 3,000 gold. Yeah, probably. Probably gonna end up hitting the big bundle.
Wind paid my hand.
As this is the hood that has an alt art demon in it, yeah? My understanding on that correct? Zero power Nico. It's exciting. Oh, this isn't remotely enough to win the game. Alright, I don't know that I can play more Ancient One, chat. This card's just so trash. What an appropriate finish to the last time we ever registered this card in Marvel Snap. Easy come, easy go. Do we owe the world Cerebro 5? No, I don't think so. Someone can pay me if I want to lose with that. Every time I play Snap, I mourn the loss of Cerebro 2. No, they gave us Storm back Sunset Blade. Cerebro 2 is super reasonable. They buffed Cerebro to +3 power. It's literally the best the deck has ever been, unironically. Alright, just to set expectations, I think the people saying Cerebro 2 is really strong or it's a top deck, I think they're lying to you. Just so we're clear. To set expectations. Set expectations for a minute here. I think best it's ever been is accurate and surprisingly competitive are true. Oh man, I totally should have played this on copy mode last turn in case we top decked a good one. That's on me. I am trying incredibly hard to play your game, Brood. I've said so many good things about it lately. And this is how you repay me? I said so many good things lately. You take my RNG and throw me under a bus? So I occasionally open my DMs on the Nazi site to check and see if there's anything other than crypto spam in the details. I just had someone drop me a message letting me know, quote, "You can't handle any forms of legitimate criticism," and then they immediately blocked me at the end after sending me that message. Which is fine. You should block anyone you want for any reason. But it's just funny to me because they're assuredly telling me I can't handle criticism because I blocked or banned them somewhere. But it's just like such a well positioned highlight of rules for thee, but not for me, right? Like I should be willing to let people shit on me for any reason at all points. But if they feel like their life will be better blocking someone, they're gonna go ahead and do it. Banana Fingers, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Can I let him through here? You have a bigger audience. Unironically, a lot of people feel that way. Like content creators. Oh, we're dead to Odin. Magneto? Nope, it was a bot feeding me. I didn't check if it was a bot because we were chuckling about it. That's totally a bot. It was a loser bot though instead of a winner bot. There are a lot of people, unironically, that think being in a pseudo public person means you're supposed to just like take shit from everyone endlessly on the internet. Ooh. Yes, I would wager that person harassing me in Twitch DMs is probably a Pokemon player. Pokemon Pocket has like fully hit a point where like every live service game hits a point where the player base starts to bounce off of it in a big way because of a bad meta or the economy catches up with it or a variety of other reasons. And those people have so much time and money invested in that game, they can't just step away from it even though they're not having fun with it. And it causes them to lash out at everything adjacent to that game. Which I would bet is part of the increased toxicity in that space that I've seen in recent months. Because people just get so pot committed and can't just know, yeah, just huge sunk cost fallacy, can't step away from it. Reminds me of my experience with the Clash Royale summer. Yeah, I genuinely, it's not limited to Marvel Snap or Pocket or Magic or Clash. Like every these live service games encourage players to engage with them in unhealthy manners. And I know that this sounds silly, but truly, the number one thing you can do to enjoy any live service game more is play other games. Because playing a live service game and then having it hit a bad balance or bad meta or bad whatever, and then all of your enjoyment eggs are in that one basket, it's a really easy way to feel frustrated and bitter. Because you're like, oh, this thing that I've invested all this time and money into is now no longer fun for me, and it's supposed to be my fun thing. And that enjoyment doesn't even have to come from another game, right? You know? Consume other media, read a book, watch a TV show, etc., etc., etc. Touch some grass. Yeah, go outside. It's a great suggestion. It's 3 energy Red Hulk. Good. Maybe. The problem here is they could be bouncing the left and bailing out. I think I'm soaking this turn to see if they're bouncing. You know, maybe I should have... I think I messed up. I should have Jennifered... So I had on... I should have Jennifered on 4, so I had energy on 5, so I could Magneto this turn. Do we hope Hulk this turn? Maybe? I don't know that I'm competing on the left is the problem. Does it Magneto with the left? Not if they fill. Ooh, they bailed out. Okay, and they have 2 7-power sages in their hand. And I get to do this while still soaking 2 to win the left. Oh, I died. I'm so sad. I lost my coin flip. Oh, it's such a frustrating coin flip to lose. It is very big spooky energy to not split the sages, yeah. I guess they just assumed I couldn't beat them on the right and soak 2. If we play to the right, we lost 2. No, I have 19 points on the right. Oh, yeah, I would have lost 2 because the rocket would have hit, yeah? The rocket would have hit. Yeah, good call. We're dead either way. want to play. Let's play some Cerebro too. Speaking of. Snap before the Cerebro flips up here. That's adorable. Get lashed, gamer. Lucas, buddy old pal. I don't think I'm gonna take viewer decks today. We'll see. I don't know. I guess we've got over 1,000 people in here. I do some viewer decks. I'm not gonna play on the. I'm only playing on the ladder for another hour. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Tentatively, let's say at 2 o'clock if we still got a good viewer count look at all. We'll take some viewer decks.
All systems go.
I've seen a few decks playing Ravona and Cerebro too lately. Do you have any thoughts? I think if I thought something like that was good, I would be playing it. Is the most direct way to answer. $18 enough to win here, probably. So they're gonna sage me there, right? I activated Lasher early to win the Eternity Rage. So the Agent Venom's at 0. That's a lot of havocs in the center.
Victory.
Yeah, we can't Shadow King center because then I lose the bonuses on the Cerebro and the Mystique, so it's kind of a wash. again. Opponent with QG in their username, being a miserable roper and playing the 34 card monstrosity. That all checks out. What is QG? There are some group of players that's been playing the game for a long time that consistently just has a bunch of people who are dickheads in it. It's a start of the name that's attached to people who have been obnoxious to me enough times that I recall what it is. I don't know what it actually stands for. I just know it means that the person I'm playing against is about to be annoying. I think I don't want to play the Blue Marvel out because they're assuredly an Enchantress deck. I'd prefer not to get Enchantress out of my Cerebro bonus. There's definitely an Enchantress somewhere in the 34 cards, yeah. Punisher burning Shadow King early. They need to beat 25 here, so doesn't look like they can. Rack 'em up. Location with 4 cards. We'll certainly do that with this one. How goes the day? Day's been alright. Some good games, some bad. New cards kind of speedy, but that's fine. We had a bunch of good new cards last week. Almost assuredly a cannonball gamer here for the opponent. War Machine. Does Hope typically indicate War Machine? What's the War Machine indicator? I feel like especially seeing Juggernaut, I wouldn't expect War Machine. A lot of people said it though, so I feel like I must be missing something. Why wouldn't they juggernaut the flooding? Because they wanted 7 energy this turn to play into the Hope Path. We could see them open the flooding back up here too by legioning the center. Oh, we took their legion. Was that a peak? I don't remember what the right side location was. It was a peak. Yeah, okay. They go down to 13 in the center. I go up to 14. Do I want to compete on the left? Is it crazy to just like hard compete here? Oh, Enchantress does get us. That's true. Oh, does that one do it too? When we lose that coin flip? Yeah, damn, it does, doesn't it? Would I have won the left with Shadow King? No, I'd have been short still, yeah. They would have been -7, and I would have been... Yeah. Yikes. Alright, dig for Shadow King here. So I found the Shadow King, but the problem is I have to play them over here. I don't know that I'm beating a good negative draw with the way this is set up. I'm missing Echo, and the Shadow King is awkward. We knew the next set was coming on the 26th, Socio. I'll spend data mine for a little bit. Oh, that was a human. Which alliance your opponent is in doesn't matter. The alliances the bots show are real alliances. That post isn't an official account, Socio. It's a fan account. Rabona Brood. Oh, you think they're also playing Cerebro? Yeah, that tracks. Snap on. Snap on the Nico here. Do we lose to Cerebro Mystique here? They played 3 cards, so I think we're good. This is a deeply weird stay. Oh, they have Ravota. They could have got us a Cerebro Mystique thanks to Ravota, sure. Nico reroll on a location that's not explicitly bad for Cerebro 2 always feels a little greedy, but I think it's right. And see, no bots the 90s to my knowledge. You should be aware that bots now have Series 4 or 5 cards in the 90s, so they're not as clean and easy to identify. They don't also throw the game anymore. They have some bots that deterministically beat you. Makes them feel a little bit more like humans. I have Luke for Necrotia. I have Storm in case the right side location is bad. Says local man about to be Monstered Island. I think we snap here with the Cerebro in hand already. Storm is probably generally good into Bass decks. That's fine.
Played my hand.
The most common Bass deck's probably like the Bass Spice Rack deck, yeah? Oh, they're Pixie Bast. Okay. The Cerebro Mystique on the right, like, crushes the left, no problem, yeah? So I should just play for the center? Oh, I'm gonna get a Goliath for 8 cubes. I'm gonna get a Goliath for 8 cubes, chat. It's not about to be pretty. Wake me up when September ends. Oh, just a Mystique. I think we beat a Mystique, yeah? Oh, I can split them because of the Nico move. Yeah. Okay, so they're super cooked here. A little goddamn respect for the Cerebro. Do you think they just didn't know we were Cerebro? There's a good chance they just don't know we're Cerebro, right? Just because this, you know, has been around a minute. Insane stay if you're aware Cerebro exists. Definitely should have played Cerebro in the middle dodge Goliath. I immediately assume Cerebro if I see a 12-card deck playing with Cerebro. Yeah, but you watch content on this channel, right? We're a Cerebro enjoyer. You gotta remember, a lot of people that play Marvel Snap aren't that on the pulse of things. How are you feeling about Blue Marvel over Brood? I'm pretty confident I like these 12 cards. I believe this is a human. This is a human. Yeah, we played against this person earlier. They are playing Mr. Negative. Hopefully this Echo gets some, because if they're playing Mr. Negative, they would have played him center, yeah? Bump him on the nose.
Wakanda forever.
Am I storming the center? So this is gonna go down to... This will still go up to 10? No, I'm going to give it -7, so it'll go up to 6. Oh, this is temporarily ruining it, isn't it? This beats Arnim Zola. So I think I stay. Because we storm the right,
Aid my hand.
which gives the Cerebro bonus to the middle, which then lets Lasher put Black Panther to 3, and then Black Panther doubled on the right is only 6.
Wakanda forever.
This is just, you know, another one of those games where, like, Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is useful, right? Everybody really wants to cut Blue Marvel from this deck, and I think they're wrong. They're putting Brood back into the deck, which I don't think you need.
Hey, you found a rook. This just in.
Ronin. Master Mold in tandem with Daily Bugle jacking up my hand. And a Monster Island to boot. Lovely. I'm out. Deuces. Diva, that's all, folks. Easiest retreat ever. Ever. Someone asked earlier, what did Mercury replace this deck? Nightcrawler. And for what it's worth, if you are Mercury-less, I would not recommend spending resources to get Mercury. I would, however, if you are someone who wants to play this archetype, I would recommend spending resources to get Lasher. Lasher's pretty important. Mercury's an upgrade, but not a huge one. I think it's this. They're obviously going to get their Iron Patriot discount, but Madripoor is bad for us, and I can probably contest the flooding. Although those aren't great. What if I do this, and then next turn we go Goose Mercury on the left, and then we Cerebro Mystique on the left on the last turn? Mute them with the snap here. Oh, I forgot Thanos could happen this turn. Because of Time Stone. Shoot. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. Damn it. I only have 16 on the left. Is the problem. In my head, I was thinking they couldn't make a big play this turn. Or the previous turn. Yeah, this only gets to 8. I needed one of my other ones earlier. Yeah, rip. Close. My opponent retreated! Oh, goodness me, oh my, oh my. I have no, like, I lost to 3 points on the left, right? I'm pretty sure I lost to 3 points on the left there, if I counted it correctly. I mean, I guess their hand could have been all cards that Goose stopped. Is this the Bass score deck we played against? I forget which deck they were playing. I think they were negative or Gore, one of the two. This is a negative player. Rats! Lack of priorities, brutal. They probably can't put that many more points in the center, though, yeah? Oh, they could Zola mid. Yeah, that's true. Zola with the Iron Man middle was a reason to have echoed the left. It's a good call out. That is not Mystique, and the goose is too late. Wait, does this beat Iron Man on the right? No, it's short, yeah. It's only 24, and they're going to 26. Gosh, so close. If I would have put Echo here, or just hit the... If I would have put Echo here, or top deck Shadow King, or top decking Shadow King would have wiped the bonus off of this, and then Mercury Right would have beaten the Arnim Zola. Oh, this is the person that made the terrible... No, were they the terrible state? No, that was someone else. This is such a... Stays like this show why Cerebro 2 has such good cube equity as a deck, because, like, they were completely cooked by 50% of our draws there, and we missed. And they were willing to stay while being super dead to cards that we were 75% to have 2 different cards that beat them there. Alright, we need to take a pause for the cause. I'm gonna play some more of this when we get back. We're gonna be jamming this until the future location goes up, I think is my plan. Don't go anywhere, gamers. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna mix up some of my drink mix. Here be. Man, I'm so glad they made Cerebro 2 playable again. Like, this deck was, for the longest time, my nothing else in the format feels quite right. This is my Marvel Snap comfort food, and it feels great to be back with it again. I know you don't like the archetype, but I've been having good luck with Mill. I went from 88 to 95 with it this morning, so... It's not that I dislike Mill. It's that when people are winning games with Mill, they're not winning games with cards that take cards away from their opponent's deck. Mill as a deck is a deck that's good because it's a combination of Shang-Chi's and Fenris Wolves and Killmongers and Gladiators, right? Like, it's a fine pile of cards. It's just like a deck that gets better when you cut the cute sub-theme because you like to abuse your opponent's deck count. Like, there's no payoff for abusing your opponent's deck count. Baron Zemo pulling a much larger card because the smaller cards died is a milled payoff. Yeah, but that operates under the very false assumption that your Cables and your Gladiators are pulling their little cards and not their bigger cards, which is far from a guarantee. I'm actually going to Nico copy Mercury because of Crimson Cosmos. I am not playing Cerebro 5 unless someone pays me to play it. And I'm absolutely not playing it on the ladder. Oh. Listen, chat. Sometimes Ben Brode decides you're not gonna play the game. Just gotta roll with the punches.
Escaped.
Oh, I forgot to mute before that drink. Apologies. Oh, you know, maybe I should have goosed here to give myself the option to storm. Storm here. What if I storm the right? And then we go like Mercury Cerebro on 5 in the center. I think I'm into it. I guess it's awkward against... Do we think the Surge Kitty Ravona deck's an Enchantress deck? The Ravona's throwing me off. No, I'm gonna bet no Enchantress. It could be a rogue deck too, though. I'm gonna storm the center. Oh, do you think we're end of turn bug? I think we're end of turn bugged. Yeah, hopefully Goose is gonna do work on the left here.
Wind, aid my hand.
That's relatively punishing. I think we're okay at... I think we're okay at winning these two with the Goose here. Well, a little sad not to have Storm for the center, obviously. We snapped the Echo top deck, yeah. One of the questions people have asked since I came back to playing this deck is how is Goose in it? And Goose is a card that gets made better by the existence of Echo and Storm in our deck. Because it gives us this positional control element that's a lot cleaner. Oh, Oh, well, that's nice. And they can't Iron Man the left. I go up to 18 and then -9 on them. Yeah, I think it's Mercury on the... I don't know that it matters. I think we win. I think we win either side. They could 0 cost Iron Man left. They never played Mr. Negative, chat. They never played Mr. Negative this game. Iron Man costs 3. Oh, he could cost 3 off of Surge. But I'm going to 27 here. I think we're fine. We win the breaker, yeah? Or no, we win the left still? Because we moved the Mercury? Right, I get +9 and then they get -9. Good night! Take your lashings.
Victory.
I want to make it clear that it's unclear to me if Cerebro is top tier, but Cerebro 2 is definitely the best it's ever been. It's definitely the best it's ever been. Did people trying to defend my last opponent stay there? When they lose the game after they hit their 50-50, it's a bad stay. Sorry. There's no other ways about it. Cromwell Kane, thank you for the 22 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. If you're winning after you hit your 50-50, sure. Let's talk about it maybe being fine. Yeah, for 8 cubes at that. I think I'm letting Adeline happen here. I get an extra card out of it, yeah? Still? Yeah, I think still. I did play Cerebro last, yeah? Yeah. Storm to left. I'm gonna get +1 card in my hand, chat, and they're getting -2 cards in their hand. Oh no, are they a Red Skull deck? Can't win the game. Actually can never win the game. I haven't played against any Red Skull since we started playing this deck again. But, Red Skull deck and an Enchantress deck. Yes, likely both. this? This is the impossible matchup. People talk about location variance being bad for you. No, the Sauron matchup is the 0%er. And Scar. Scar doesn't matter. You can beat Scar on pure rate with this deck with the way Cerebro works now. Alright, then we're hoping to top deck Blue Marvel. They have just the card they drew for the turn, and they were drawing from a 6-card deck. Yeah, so it's guaranteed not to be original. It could be Enchantress, though. Red Skull matchup's hard. Yeah, right, gamers. Easiest Marvel stamp I've ever played. All right, with the feature location coming up here shortly, I'm going to take 2 viewer deck submissions. 2. If I get more than 2, you'll have the option for me to refund you or play your deck tomorrow. In New York, dee 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 dee, dee 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 dee. Ha. I feel like I'm supposed to leave. I feel like I'm supposed to leave. This could be a I move into Death's Domain type snap, though. I don't know. We could technically get to Death's Domain too, yeah. Nico is very good, yes. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. I need to storm Washington, D.C., I think. So that way, if I storm New York and they Enchantress me here, I lose my Cerebro bonus. because these will be abilityless. And they'll get +3. Alright, Storm's gonna do her best fascist impersonation and storm DC here.
Wind, aid my hand.
I am so smart. SMRT. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Watch us get freaking Goliath on this last turn. Curl up into a little ball and cry. Activate Lasher! Activate Lasher, Jeff! Jeff, you forgot to activate Lasher, Jeff! Jeff, Lasher! Jeff, you don't understand. You need to activate Lasher, Jeff. Oh, died to freaking Killmonger. I dream of a world where Marvel Snap reevaluates their tech cards. I dream of a world where Marvel Snap reevaluates their tech cards. Alright, let's hop back in a... Nope, nope, the shop rolled over. Can I get one more in? Nah, the feature location is going to be out when this queues, but I can't cancel queue it. This is the feature location. This will be our last. I guess Shadow King resets it. Mercury! 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 I think we're dead because of these combinations of things, though, yeah? I'm gonna need a copy of Storm. Is this Ghost Spider here for the full pull? The Ancient One is probably going to be the worst card to release this month, just so we're clear. Just to set expectations. Storm! Storm! This game's so easy. Wow, they went to the right even though I can't move from there? That's so sad.
Aid my hand.
Maybe I should just assume they don't know how. Oh, they're bouncing it. Okay, yeah, that tracks. How do they win the non-torch path? They have enough energy to Heimdall. They have enough energy to Heimdall plus... Plus what? Plus because of Superflow? There you go. Torch here, here, in Heimdall Center. I should have been thinking about Toxin, though. If we would have Shadow King to the right, I don't think we could lose this game. They also could have Falcon, though, and then it was just a flip. And if they Toxin, they probably do the right every time. Alright. And then this is them trying to kick a vulture from here into here. Called shot. Like to pour one out for Mercury gamers. No one is moving it on her watch. No schmovers allowed. Unironically, move, like the last opponent was playing, is a traditionally hard matchup for Cerebro 2 because their ability to dance around the board makes your geese and storm locations less effective. So, in general, she's only a nominal upgrade from Nightcrawler in this deck. But the two big things she does that Nightcrawler doesn't are stops movement decks like that last one, and doesn't die to Killmonger, which is relevant in some of your places as well, because she's a 2 instead of a 1. But in general, I'm pretty happy with these 12 cards. I think Blue Marvel's important. The rest of these are lovely. You know, I haven't split looking for Gold Crackle in a while. I feel like we should shoot for a Gold Crackle on something in here that doesn't have it. The namesake? I think we should take a split on the namesake. Infinity. Check my boxes looking for variants. Nope. Hit me, brood. I saw the crackle and I got so excited. All right, once more. We're sitting on 2,700 credits. We'll go one more. Yes, Munchlax. You can grab a... Actually, haven't had a... Let me refresh my thing here just in case, but I don't think I've had a deck submission, so... You could snag the first one we're going to do after this ad break. $100 tokens. Ooh. God, there really just isn't a bad piece of storm art in this game, is there? Just like literally does not exist. All right, have some adverts. We're gonna play a viewer deck or two. They wrap the stream up today when we get back. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Werewolf by night or Darkhawk? Werewolf. Doggo, 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 doggo. Merlin dog sounds lovely. I assume it's Merlin dog. Just in time to skip the ads. Thanks for the 13 months, Jarn. Let's get you a mod sword to go with your sub-shield while you're here. Jeff, open a 700 gold Victoria variant challenge level impossible. It does seem tough. Oh, I forgot we didn't actually split this yet. I feel like you just knew the brick was coming. We knew the brick was coming. Ooh, couple upgrades in here, huh? Looking for gold, Crackle on Friga. Looking for any gold on Merlin. Oh, by the way, we talked about it a little bit during the pocket segment earlier, but did you hear, chat? We got our first big, beautiful deal. Not legally binding, mind you, but, you know, Trump and China have agreed to something. And it's only going to be a 55% tariff on the American people. How benevolent of our fascist in chief to only give us a 55% tariff. God, I wish this card was good, because this is such a great piece of art, but the card is so bad. I just can't spend this much money on a variant for it. $2,400 gold is just infinite. Hey, Chris, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. I wish I could spend tokens on Spotlight Art. Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. The pinned ebony ball is sick. Yeah, I really like this art. And I have the tokens. It's just like not a card that I play. The fantasy variants are tops though. They're the best series. Devil, thank you for the 5 years. Welcome back. Well, so like, and that's the thing that really shows you like a window into Trump's mind and what he thinks is important, is he genuinely thinks he's winning, that the US is taxing its people 55% on Chinese goods and China is only taxing their people 10% on American goods. Like he genuinely thinks that because our tariff is higher than theirs, he's getting a good deal. In his mind, that's what he's aiming for. Is he wants the tariffs that he's levying on other places to be higher than what they're doing to us. But have we negotiated with the Penguins? Do you think it's because he's dumb or because he's aiming to take money from the American people and put it in his friends' pockets? I think it's not a coincidence that Peter Thiel is in Trump's camp and the American dollar has been weakened and Bitcoin continues to go up. I think one of their goals is explicitly and intentionally weakening the American dollar so the crypto fascists can make more money that way. How many on reveals are in here? Spider, Surge, Spider, Red Guardian. It's not a lot of on reveals, but we have Merlin, I suppose. It's a steady stream of them. Let's see how this goes. Acquire boosties! Certainly have. With Nightmare coming soon, Maw could see more play. Ooh, that's a good call, Phantom. And maybe we'll buy that one for Nightmare next week. Nice bite through. Yeah, my kids are super excited about Grounded too. They've been playing the crap out of Grounded 1 lately. Benjamin. Benjamin! Queue up with Werewolf by Night deck. Immediately queue into World Ship. Classic Marvel snap, if I do say so myself. One mulligan, if you'd please. Mike Awesomeness. Thanks for having your awesomeness here in Hoaglandia. For the last 25 months, welcome back. It's not funny anymore, Ben. Make it stop, Ben! Oh my goodness, we are so cooked. Okay, so I'm gonna go Pixie here, Pete here, Pete goes here, Batroc goes with him.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Oh my goodness, it did just compute for me that the opponent's double Victoria hand deck got Triskelion here. Soul Cal Brodozer, thank you for the year and a half. Welcome back. We pig to pig. I think we're dead, gamers. All right, I have 2 alliance missions to move cards. It's the perfect deck to be playing for those. Of all the locations in Marvel Snap, those were a couple of them for him. A couple of rounds there. So, the idea that it's not a 55% tariff on everything, you're saying it's 25% on Section 301 and 20% fentanyl and 10% reciprocal, so it's 30% on everything. And just for reference, Section 301 says, imposed on goods the United States deemed to be engaging in unfair trade practices. So that just means he gets to arbitrarily pick and choose where the extra 25% is, yes? For segments he thinks are behaving unfairly. So everything. It's one of those like, well, you're technically correct, but also Werewolf jumps to the location. Werewolf jumps to the location that Spider-Man was played into, yeah?
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Wait, it jumps to where Spider-Man lands? Did that get changed at one point? I feel like that hasn't always been the case. Anybody know? After you play a card, move there to gain +2 power. So I would expect this to move to where the card was played. Unfortunately, Hydra Stomper only has 3 points of power. Spider-Man is not played until it's finished moving. Are you saying that while aware of the fact that if you play Spider-Man into Death's Domain, he dies? So that would be in what you're saying is inconsistent with how Spider-Man interfaces. How Spider-Man interfaces with locations like Death's Domain or Altar of Death. Spider-Man experiences the played here of the location where he was played to, not the location he ends at. Man, jumping to the location Spider-Man is finishing at makes Werewolf quite a bit worse, yeah? Because it means you have to have 2 slots at wherever Space Spider-Man is ending. Ardinator, haven't played in a year. What's happening? If you didn't see, Marvel Snap had a pretty sizable economy update last month or the month before. Was it April that went live, or May? I forget. It's been a little bit though. It was a solid improvement. There's no longer spotlight caches with their FOMO. looming overhead. And the current season pass card, Merlin, that's in this deck that we're playing, I think is one of the most interesting Marvel Snap designs we've had in a long time. Yeah, Spider Island is good for our deck full of spiders, for sure. Well, ain't that a bag of dicks? At least Batroc gets to jump around here. Jump around, jump around, jump up and jump down. Go. A little behind on the conversation, but Section 301 tariffs are ones that were put into place in 2018 under the first Trump administration. They range from 15 to 25% depending on the products, with specific exclusions that have been granted based on industry lobbying. So that's just like peak Trump admin then, yeah? It's a discount for people who have money to be able to lobby the Trump admin. I'm sure that'll go over well for small businesses. They famously have plenty of money to lobby for the things they need. Have a spell-based pig. So this upgrades the shield. It puts these two into the center. Should we take them off their Galacta with Red Guardian? Oh, yeah, that's probably a good play. Then we do this. Final answer, final answer, final answer.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
All right. Still an upgrade. Yep. We're good? Yeah, even if that went left, we'd be tie win. Oh no, sorry, because I'm not getting +1 on the stumper. Well, I think we can successfully say we've finished our move stuff. Whoa, chat. I have a DM from someone on Twitter letting me know they could help me become a full-time content creator. It's a pretty sweet offer. It's exciting. They're so effective, you already are. Clearly. Gonna finally gets me a big break. So, notable interaction on Werewolf and things like Chimichanga or Hulkbuster. If the Changa merges into an on reveal, the dog will jump. However, if the Changa were to merge into a card without it on reveal, like Merlin or Shield, the dog wouldn't jump. What Werewolf does is, when a card finishes playing, it looks at the card that's finished playing and says, do you have an on-reveal effect in your text box? So, Changa counts as played into the card it merges to. So it needs to check if the card it merges into has an on-reveal or not. Blasted by Wedge, thanks for the half a year. Like any scam, I assume the people who send messages like that are sending it because they have people that fall for it. But it always makes me chuckle a bit when places are like, oh, when places are like, I could make you a full-time content creator, I'll fix your content with this little trick. It's like, well, if like you could just do these little tricks to make someone be successful in content, you'd probably do them yourselves and make your own content, right? Bobby Bees, thanks for the over 2 years, welcome back. Except he won't move when there is a Cosmo there. No, he does move when there's a Cosmo there, because the thing I said is correct, and you're wrong. He very, very explicitly does move if there's a Cosmo. You know, we read Guardian the Galacta here. That's so close. I just want to do this, I think. A polyimage phrase as a question. Okay, yeah, correct. So, for clarity then, if you play it on reveal into a Cosmo path, it will jump. Same thing with Deep Space and Nowhere. It's the same for Eliath. No, Eliath removes the text on the card. So when it looks at the card that's finished playing, it says this card has no text. Yes, Nico's Demon Mode is another one that comes up in a lot of Wolf decks, because Nico's a common card to play with Wolf. If you Nico turn something into a demon... if you Nico turn something into a demon, the Wolf will not jump to it, because the demon that it is when it's done has no on-reveal text. I mean, unironically, I think this is fine for us. How does that interact with Mystique? if Mystique copies an ongoing, it does not jump to it, because the final card is an ongoing, not an on-reveal. I should do this, actually, so I have a Sentinel for next turn, yeah? So if I Spider-Man into here, the dog follows, not the Batroc, right? Because the dog was in play first. No, the Batroc jumps because this follows when it moves and this follows after it plays, and this is moving before it's done playing. Final answer. I want to see what happens for science here, but I'm like 90% sure Batroc follows.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Our brain is so big, chat. It's got so many wrinkles in it. So many wrinkles. We're so good at Marvel Snap Gamers. Hydra Stomper. Hydra Stomper. Hydra Stomper. Unlucky. Unlucky. Oh. Miles mid. Oh, okay, wait. So I do this, and this kicks Silk here plus Batroc here. And then I'll put this here, which will pull the dog here. God, my brain is not big enough to do this. Okay, and then the Silk is actually going to end up on the left because the dog's going to end center and they're going to kick it here. No, I guess they could go kick and kick back here. Oh, we're gonna end up short. We're short by 1 on the right. I'm dizzier watching this than I was on the teacup ride at Disney. There's this deck's got a lot of moving parts, to say the least. And we unfortunately lost to their absolute nuts draw on Infinity Ultron. If Infinity Ultron always gave you purple stone, red stone, he'd be a very good card. It's just easily the best combination on him by a significant margin. Jeff, you seem to work more than 40 hours a week as a content creator. Does that make you an overtime content creator? An overtime, oh, as opposed to full-time? Perhaps. Ooh. Piece of candy. Well, that's sad. Our scalers were gonna get real big. That's fine. We gotta go get some new Alliance missions anyways here, huh? Oh, I forgot to get one last time. Thanks. We're gonna continue moving cards. We're gonna continue moving cards. We will eventually spend some energy. Move missions completed, new ones accepted. Giddy up. Giddy up. I have proven myself worthy of this silver ticket. Camelot is great for Cerebro 5. That's true. In fact, I would bet Camelot is so good for Cerebro 5 when I check its stats tomorrow for the future location, it's probably going to be up to 35 or maybe even a 40% win rate from the 30% we looked at this morning. That's almost 50%. It's correct. Truly boosted. I just had a full-on game crash and the game disappeared. Marvel Snap's going through some stuff, chat. You gotta understand. For many of us at home, Marvel Snap changed publishers. But for Marvel Snap itself, it's kind of like their parents just got divorced, okay? They're going through it right now. Remember that one week where Cerebro 5 was actually good because it had launch Alioth? I try to block out most of, like, the launch month of Alioth as a card. How does this work? We tie the right, yeah? I think, question mark. Infernflow, thank you for the whole 6.5 years. That's a long time. Welcome back. Good afternoon. If you're someone who's been here for an eternity like Infernflow, and you would like to crumble into dust a little bit like myself, my toddler stops being a toddler on Saturday. She's turning 5. I know some of the old timers like Infernflow there predate her existence on this planet. All right, so the dog does jump, but we tie the right. Galactivades, maybe we don't win the breaker though. No. All right, we won the left. I accept. I have been subbed to Jeff longer than Haley has. I mean, to be fair, Haley's like an inverse subscription, really. I lose money on that one. Speaking of losing money, I very, very fondly refer to taking Haley to the store as the toddler tax, which has definitely gotten more expensive post tariffs. When she came home from the grocery store with Christy the other day, and she had a new little stuffy with her. And I told her she was a very lucky girl to get a stuffy at the store, and she goes, "Why's that?" And I was like, "Not all kids get stuffies when they go to the store." And she's like, "That's so sad." I was like, it is. Hopefully you grew up to appreciate your bribery stuffies. You appear to be in a trade deficit with Haley. Have you considered tariffing the toddler? Oh, man. You're alright sometimes, chat. I take back at least some of the terrible things I've said about you over the years. I'm sure we can live down to your expectations. No! No! Werewolf! No! My doggo! Listen, chat, I am generally happy that Mercury exists in the game, but, like, we desperately need to buff this card. Like, it's, like, Werewolf by Night taking incidental splash damage when he's already not amazing is just, like, such a beat. Second dinner, best I could do is 3-4 werewolf, but I'd take it, honestly. I'm gonna lose this game to their pile of tech cards that I'm gonna retreat because I don't really want to play against them anymore. Take my ball and go home. Can't even play my freaking Miles Morales. My poor movement guards. Did we finish my schmoover missions again at least? We did finish. Ugh, only one of them. Sag. I will yeah, I can probably do that one. Alright, I need to run an advert, and I'm gonna run to the restroom while that goes, and when we get back, I'm gonna burn a gold ticket. Schmooze some cards around in here. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere, gamers. BRB. Oh. Let there be a conquest. Absolutely. I think if Shang-Chi was a card that didn't exist in Marvel Snap at launch and it released today, you would hear nothing but endless complaints about how new Marvel Snap cards are busted pay-to-win nonsense. It is 1,000,000% a card that is only considered remotely okay because it's been in the game since the start. Shang single-handedly keeps some of the most brain-dead decks down. I don't think I agree with that. In fact, I would go so far as to challenge you and say I don't think there's a single deck in the game that Shang-Chi covers that nothing else does. Do I do this? No, I think because of Death's Domain, I'd rather do this. So fun fact with Spider-Man. Spider-Man moves to a random location, but he will always go to, I guess it doesn't apply here because I'm filling the center. He always prioritizes pulling an opponent's card. So if an opponent's spot is full and one other is not, then he always jumps to the spot where he gets to fill something. Kate is being kidnapped. I think I would like to Red Guardian the Scarlet Spider, yeah? And they played something center here, which is perfect, because Merlin is giving his life to kick Silk into there. And then whatever they played center will kick her back out. I like to schmoove it. I like to schmoove it. Honestly, I should snap Turbo and Batroc into Sam, I think. Enchantress's journey to a 4/6 is definitely an interesting one. Yeah, she was a 4/4 at one point. She got buffed up to 4/6, rained back down to 4/5, and then ultimately put back up to 4/6 as they power crept the numbers on a lot of things. Okay, who just wished the 2/7 Enchantress on me? This is your fucking fault. Chatter's complaining about 4/6 Enchantresses, and I get hit by a 3/7 Enchantress. Wake up, sheeple. Wake up! Brood spying on us, something like that. That's funny. Red Guardian the Surgeon. I think I want a Red Guardian the Galacta, yeah? Save once in future. Oh, this isn't the location change. This is the put a card back into your deck card. Hopefully one of these is an Elsa. Won the 50-50 on which one we wanted to pull off. Oh, I'm about to get the crap shanked out of me. Armor! No, it's a one drop. Can't be armor. Just a wee little piggy! Just a wee little piggy. Who's a good little piggy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Batrock's one of my favorite cards. He's such a sweet release. Very, very satisfying card to navigate correctly. I love Batrock, but I can never draw symbols to that too. I mean, you could also, you could also play Silk. Silk and Saber nice together. Speak of the devil. I'm snapping because our hand is slightly above average and my opponent is playing a 34 card pile and I just don't want to play a lot of games against them, so. Stomper does definitely add a lot of power to the Batrock deck. Any thoughts on snapping against negative in Conquest? Don't do it before turn. Before you see whether or not they have the thing. I've not done an updated Series 4 or 5 tier list in a minute. Should definitely get to that sometime soon. I think... Well, they didn't trigger Galactic. I guess they didn't want to fill the right. But if they have a generated card, they're going to fill the right, yeah? Oh, come on. Seriously? That's some BS. Oh. Yeah, well, we would have gotten the throne room bonus if they hadn't pulled Doctor Strange and eaten a bunch of massive things. That's so sad. Oh, that's fine. I just don't really want to play anymore against them. No! 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 Oh, come on! We lost to Erishim generated gore because of my surge and their second fucking Galacta. And because Strange didn't eat it. Oh, man. That's so frustrating. It's so annoying that Erishim still exists. They should just delete the fucking card. This is where I shut the game off. Honestly, I'm done. It's so boring. Made a bunch of thoughtful tactical plays, and my opponent just like made a bunch of fart noises and threw a bunch of random bullshit out. The 34 card deck should not be remotely playable. It should be a novel, interesting meme. It should not be something that ever sniffs winning a tournament, much less is remotely competitive. Alright. I'll be back tomorrow and the feature location's off. Actually, we'll probably be on snap before the feature location is done. Because the feature locations last for a day. Alright. Catch you around, folks.